Chapter 3, as he himself puts it, the art of quoting. A key premise of this book is that to launch an effective argument, you need to write the arguments of others into your text. One of the best ways to do so is by not only summarizing what they say, as suggested in Chapter 2, but by quoting their exact words. Quoting someone else's words gives a tremendous amount of credibility to your summary and helps ensure that it is fair and accurate. In a sense, then, quotations function as a kind of proof of evidence, saying to readers, look, I'm not just making this up. She makes this claim, and here it is in her exact words. Yet, many writers make a host of mistakes when it comes to quoting, not the least of which is the failure to quote enough in the first place, if at all. Some writers quote too little, perhaps because they don't want to bother going back to the original text and looking up the author's exact words, or because they think they can reconstruct the author's ideas from memory. At the opposite extreme are writers who so overquote that they end up with texts that are short on commentary of their own, maybe because they lack confidence in their ability to comment on the quotations, or because they don't fully understand what they've quoted and therefore have trouble explaining what the quotations mean. But the main problem with quoting arises when writers assume that quotations speak for themselves, because the meaning of a quotation is obvious to them. Many writers assume that this meaning will also be obvious to their readers, and often it is not. Writers who make this mistake think that their job is done when they've chosen a quotation and inserted it into their text. They draft an essay, slap in a few quotations, and whammo, they're done. Such writers fail to see that quoting means more than simply enclosing what they say in quotation marks. In a way, quotations are orphans, words that have been taken from their original context and that need to be integrated into their new textual surroundings. This chapter offers two key ways to produce this sort of integration. One, by choosing quotations wisely, with an eye to how well they support a particular part of your text, and two, by surrounding every major quotation with a frame explaining whose words they are, what the quotation means, and how the quotation relates to your own text. The point we want to emphasize is that quoting what they say must always be connected with what you say.